earlier today, we had Christopher Johnson do a collaborative piece at the beginning of this event with Big Lux. However, his words, he has more to give, which is why he is on twice. He will now present to us a solo piece. He is a full-time artist and educator. The beauty of his mind leaves so many of us in awe and without words. He has been educated in performance art throughout experience and mentorship, and he has published several works. His words are fierce and piercing at times, unforgettable and eloquent. He is deep in his thought process, and it is one that cannot truly be comprehended, resulting in such beautiful works of art through his spoken word. They clinch onto your spine, leaving your mind awake, inspired, and speechless all at once. So with further ado, Christopher Johnson.
Years ago at North Station, Boston, I was waiting on a train to go to Andover, and this Asian mother was doing her best to silence a crying child sitting next to me in a stroller. I looked down at them and was about to say something to the baby, but then the mother says, "Look at the man, he's angry, he's gonna get you if you don't be quiet." I was shocked and played along and made an angry face, and the baby got quiet. I didn't immediately take offense, but it didn't sit right with me all the way to Andover. When I told my friend about the experience, she asked me if it bothered me due to race. The whole incident became a moment pushed back into memory to be forgotten until today. This morning, I read a status update of a friend about how hate dehumanizes people and how hate is loved into children. I'm out in Westport staying with a family visiting a dying friend. I went to a popular local eatery to get muffins, coffee, and fruit cups for my friend and me. As I waited for the food, this baby was with his dad. He's crawling around doing what babies do, and then the grandma comes back from wherever she was. Dad leaves, and now the baby's playing the can't catch me game with grandma. And grandma says, "Look at the man, he's gonna get you." That's when it all came back to me. All the feelings of the first time this happened to me came back to me, and I can say definitely yes. Yes, I'm angry because my black skin was weaponized to adhere discipline through fear in the minds of babies. Yes, I was angry because my race was dehumanized, demonized, and hate was loved into these babies. I was confused as to if racism was at play when the Asian mother pulled the same trick, but not now. I was the boogeyman in white and Asian narratives to enforce racism in the minds of children. I once had a gig in Barrington Library. I took the bus there, got off at the stop. The traffic waited for me as I crossed the street, cut across the parking lot, walked up the step to the ramp for the main entrance. As I was walking in the library, a white woman was walking up the steps perpendicular to the side of the ramp. We were on the steps together when I noticed my face on a poster at the door and was like, where did they find this 20-year younger headshot of me? Then the woman I walked through the door with saw the photo as well. She stopped and looked at it. I stopped to tie my shoe, so as not to alarm the woman that a black man was walking behind her. I wanted to give her space. Yes, I must for my own safety give white women in public spaces space, like a NASA satellite sending photos from Saturn as it heads towards the edge of the universe, space for my own protection. She banked the left and went into the service counter where there again was a poster with my face, this time an older poster with the words, Providence Poet Laureate. She then looked at me and said, "This is you," with surprise. I said, "Yes, this is me." She went on to say that I was a celebrity, and we talked shop for like 3 minutes, and then she left. I found a librarian that was my contact for the gig, and she gathered herself to take me to the performance space. The woman who I walked through the door with turned the corner and confided me as well to the whole room, basically, that she felt ashamed that when we were walking through the door, she thought to herself that she left her teenage daughter in the car alone with the keys running, that I could be a carjacker, and she worried about the safety of her daughter and what I could possibly do to her. She felt ashamed because she realized she had these thoughts because of my skin color, and she had black grandbabies. I told her, well, at least you recognize it and you're aware. The demonization of black men is so normal that until that woman saw the words Providence Poet Laureate, the photo of me could have been wanted for rape, or carjacking, or murder, boogeyman. And yet, when we look at the statistics, white women are mostly raped by white men. There are more white murders by white people than there are black people murdered by black people. White crime is perpetrated by people who live closest to proximity of their victims. Yet we never hear about white on white crime. But I'm the criminal. Thank you.